Welcome to the Photography News Show, where I bring you the best and latest news in the photography industry. Coming up today, we have new patents from Canon, leaked images of a new DJI drone, the Leica smartphone, and much more. So, let's begin! Hey fellow photographers, it's Alessandro Carpentiero, travel photographer and gear expert from Italy, and I want to welcome you to episode number 6 of the Photography News Show. This show gets published every Monday, so make sure to subscribe not to miss any episode. With that being said, let's see what's new in the photography industry. Lens news. It looks like f1.2 is gonna be the new standard for Canon L prime lenses. Right now there are the 50 and 85mm, but they'll soon have some more company. Canon News has in fact found new patents that illustrate the optical system of 3 new lenses, the 24, 28 and 35mm, all f1.2. I'm really curious to see how other camera manufacturers will respond. Sony has a pretty complete 1.4 lineup, and the recent launch of the 50mm f1.2 might be the first step to introduce other ultra-bright prime lenses, while Nikon has for now released the crazy 58mm f0.95 and the 50mm f1.2. So we'll see which direction they'll take. Talking about Nikon, a couple of episodes ago I talked about the new macro lenses for the Nikon Z lineup. Apparently, reservations for the 105mm macro lens went so well that Nikon Japan had to issue an official apology as production can't keep up with the orders and there will be delays. No more details have been shared, but rumors say that this might be related to the global chip shortage that a lot of companies are currently facing. So it looks like Nikon shooters will have to wait a bit longer for this lens. So in the meantime, let's take a look at a crazy rare lens that has been put on auction. I'm talking about a top-secret rifle camera prototype developed in 1943 by the Russian State Optical Institute for long-range recons of their navy. It includes a 600mm f4.5 lens, a mirror housing, a shoulder stock, and it was sold a few days ago for 144,000 euros, over 170 grand. I don't know about you, but I love seeing crazy gear like this. Drone news. If you've always wanted to get a DJI drone without breaking the bank, the upcoming one might be what you were looking for. This week, there have been in fact some leaked images of the DJI Mini SE, which should have the same specs of the first Mini launched in 2019 at a smaller price, specifically $299, which would make it the cheapest DJI drone yet. We know that thanks to this shot that Twitter user GA Tamer was able to snap at a physical Walmart shop, while the drone is already listed on Walmart's website. I think this is gonna be the perfect drone for those who want to start with aerial photos and videos, and being in the sub 250 grams category, you will be able to use it for recreational purposes without registering it with your country's aviation administration. Smartphone news. I normally don't talk much about smartphones on this show, but well, this week is an exception, as Leica has launched its own smartphone, the Leica Phone 1. It has been developed starting from the Sharp Aquos R6, and it has all the needed features to deliver a true Leica experience, starting from a 1-inch sensor camera. Besides that, we find a largely monochrome user interface, an all-metal exterior with a circular camera compartment that even comes with a metal lens cap. It will be retailed at about $1,700, but unfortunately it will only be available in Japan. There is no news about international availability, but given that Leica is a global and highly recognized brand, I wouldn't be surprised to see an international Leica phone in the future. App news. Profoto is one of the most famous companies for lights and flashes, and this week they have launched the Profoto Camera app. On the outside, it's just another app to take pictures with your smartphone, but the special thing is that it can communicate with Profoto lights that have RX TTL, such as the A10, B10 and C1. This means that you can literally shoot with your smartphone using ProPhoto Lights without any other accessory, and on top of that, the shots will be in the ProPhoto RAW file format. This is pretty cool, and it will unlock many creative possibilities for your smartphone photography. But at the same time, I'm wondering, why would someone use this? Meaning, if you're bringing all these slides with you, why not to bring your camera as well? Smartphones have surely gotten much better, but in my opinion they cannot be compared to high-quality cameras and lenses. But well, now when you will be on a shoot and you break all your cameras, you will be able to use your smartphone with your ProPhoto Lights. Pictures of the week. In this segment, I feature the most interesting pictures I've seen on the web. French astronaut Thomas Pesquet wanted to show how quickly the International Space Station orbits around the Earth, specifically 28,800 kilometers per hour, so he tried shooting a 30-second exposure. The resulting image is really cool, and I'm glad to see there's a fellow photographer shooting long exposures from outer space. Weird news. The imaging world can be at times weird. This week we have Canon Information Technology, a Canon subsidiary that has introduced an intelligent IT solution for corporate offices, which includes smiley face access control. Basically, doors will open only if you smile at the camera. Something tells me that those doors will not open on Monday mornings. Rumors. In some episodes ago, I shared with you a rumor about an upcoming retro-styled Nikon camera, and this week we have some leaked pictures of it from Nikon Rumors. The first picture is a mock-up that shows how the camera should look based on all the rumors, while a few days later we had actual pictures of the camera, which confirms pretty much everything. It looks like there will be a lot of good old knobs for shutter speed, ISO and exposure compensation, with a very retro look. The camera will have an APS-C sensor and should be announced on June 28th, while we'll have to wait a bit longer for the Sony a7C Mark II. Rumors from this week reported that the development of such camera has started, and it will be released 1 year after the A7 IV, which will be announced in late September. We don't have any other details, except that it will be a smaller version of the A7 IV, and it should have a smaller body than the current A7C, a bigger viewfinder and a higher resolution sensor. So let's wait and see. That's it for today. I really hope you have enjoyed this episode of the Photography News Show. Which news did you like the most? Just let me know in the comments below. And if you've liked this video, I would appreciate it if you could give it a big thumb up and share it with your photography friends, because they too need to know what's going on in the photography industry, right? And remember, if you need any help with your photography, I'm always here for you. Just DM me on Instagram at Alessandro_Carpentiero or email me at support@alessandrocarpentiero.com and I will be happy to help. So, thanks a lot for watching and I'll see you in the next one!